Usually in the morning, I like to do Code Academy videos, and then after probably more like slightly more advanced videos. This isn't really advanced; it's still beginner, but more advanced than Code Academy. Okay, so this is the first series in Road to a Job. I'm going to be doing create a simple Crud database app connecting to MySQL with PHP. I have the link to the actual tutorial that I'm using. It should be linked in the description. If not, I could just send it through chat. Okay. Okay, so I actually started this before. I'm not sure if I'll actually go through the whole first part. Their series has maybe it has like 2 or 3 parts. The first is just create and read, and then eventually do more advanced stuff. Let me see. I guess I'll start reading. I'll just do it all from the beginning. Okay, so let's see. So create a simple CRUD app. If you don't know what CRUD means, it's create, read, update, and delete. A quick example. I'm just reading what the tutorial says. A quick example of a CRUD application would be a. Actually, one second. I'm just gonna switch my screens. One second. Okay. I'm just switching my screen. This is from today, PHP. I'm gonna be making videos every day, usually 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern to 2 o'clock, and I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get good. I already have like 4.5 years of web development, but PHP I'm still pretty beginner. I have good JavaScript and React and WordPress. I know WordPress uses PHP, but okay. So let me switch screens. Okay. Okay, so let's fix this right here. Okay, didn't I want to make this as easy to read as possible. Okay, let's make this a little bigger. I'm gonna make this slightly smaller. Oh. Okay, that's fine for now. Okay, so create a simple Crud database app connecting to MySQL with PHP. Part 1, read. Okay, so I actually went over all of this, and I'm just gonna go over it again, and then I'll try to get to part 2. But it's good for me to go over it anyway because I get to review it. Okay, so in this, I'm just gonna read. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to make the beginnings of a very simple database app using PHP and MySQL. It will be half of CRUD. Okay, so it's just going to be create and read, which CRUD application stands for create, read, update, and delete. A quick example of CRUD application would be a database of employees for a company from, okay, I'm not going to read that. Okay, so we're going to be doing, we're going to be looking up how to connect MySQL with PHP in Google. Will lead a lot of outdated resources using deprecated code. My aim is to create a very simple walkthrough that will leave you a technically functioning app that uses more modern security methods. So the reason I actually like this specific tutorial is it's more modern than most. That being said, I would leave you with the disclaimer that this tutorial is meant for beginner learning purposes. There can always be improvements to security and maintainability for code. Okay, so what you have to learn before you do this: HTML forms, basic PHP, a local PHP and MySQL environment. Alternatively, you can use Vagrant to set up LAMP and on Ubuntu if you're more advanced. I'm not going to be doing that. A database management app. Okay, so what is the goals of this tutorial? So we're going to connect to a MyPHP database with PHP using PDO database objects method. So this is the part that is more modern. Sometimes some other ones will show you how to use another one, but the preferred method is PHP data objects. Okay, so we're going to create an installer script that creates a new database and a new table with structure. We're going to add entities to a database using an HTML form and prepared statements. Okay, we're going to filter database entries, print them to HTML documents in a table. Okay, all the code throughout this article can be found on GitHub. Okay, so there's part 2, and part 2 does update and delete. So I haven't actually done part 2. Okay, so building the front end. To start, we have a PHP local setup as mentioned in the prerequisites. Okay, so to start this, okay, so depends on what you have. You're gonna need a code editor. I used to use Sublime Text, but right now I'm using VS Code. Sublime is good, but VS Code is a little more advanced. I was looking into PHP Storm, but PHP Storm costs like $200, so VS Code is good enough. And also, I want to be doing other things other than PHP. Okay, so you're gonna need, which I'm gonna set up here. You're gonna need I use XAMPP, but there's other ones called MAMP, and so you have to start that. So you have to get basically a PHP server. So I have this. I'm gonna start it. For some reason it doesn't open for me, so I have to do it a different way. Or do I have two of them open? There's in the back. I'm not really sure. So I kind of do it a different way. So I'm actually gonna start this. So you can't really see here, but on the side I'm starting the Apache server, and I'm starting the MySQL server, or I'm starting MySQL. So I have both running. So okay. Local. So when you have it working, what's gonna happen is, actually I'm gonna show you. Let me just switch monitors. Okay. Okay. So if I shut it off, I have it here. So I have it. If you see, you can see. Let me move me. Nope, wrong thing. How do I control me? Okay, so you can see. You can see on the right there, I have this XAMPP icon. So I click right, and you see how it's green, and you see how MySQL is green. Normally this opens, but for some reason mine's not working. But I just start it. So if I start it and I go to localhost, right now this is WordPress stuff, which I use for WordPress local development. But if I do, let me see, I think I have, if I do the PHP my admin, it goes to that. But if this is not on, this doesn't work. Like if I stop it, so I click it. Yep. Okay, it doesn't work. So you have to have that on. So let's start it. Apache MySQL. Okay, so we have this. I'm just gonna keep this on here, but our real site is gonna be PHP. Okay, so it's gonna be localhost. So to actually look at these files, you have to put them. It explains it here, but you have to put it. So if you have XAMPP, you have to go to your XAMPP folder. Then you have to go to your htdocs. Then in your htdocs, you're just gonna put whatever file you want PHP to run. So I have localhost. I have it as, well, actually I'll just show you. So I have it here. I have the reason I have XAMPP3 because I just kept installing it. I didn't know what I was doing at first. So htdocs. Okay. So everything in here, PHP can run. So like, so it's like I have WordPress test, and I have PHP test. So my file is in PHP test. So localhost is going to look at your htdoc. So PHP test, and then for this, they want you to make a file called public. So that's how I have it. So if I do public.index, so this is actually the app already created. So I was doing this before, but I'm just gonna do it again, and then I'll do part 2 in the series, either tomorrow. Okay, so let's go back to my other screen. Okay, so these files right here, excuse me. These files right here are everything that I have in the htdocs. So you can see how I have, it says right here, public. So everything here is public. My index.php. So this is what my index.php looks like. Okay, so let's see. Okay, building the front end. To start, we have a PHP local setup. Okay. Okay, so I actually have a database, but for the purposes of this, I'm just going to create another one. So, okay, so this is the index page. So the index page, okay, so the index page and template partials. Okay. Okay, so all this I actually have already. As you can see mine here. All it is a UL, 2 LIs, and links, 8 hrefs to them. And actually, if you copy what they have, mine actually looks different. The reason mine looks different is because I have includes. So this part here, doc type HTML. This part here, I have in my header folder. So it's in my header template. So if I open my header template, you have this exact same thing here. And if you open my footer template, you have just the closing. Okay, so let's go down. So I created this. So if you actually copy and paste that, or you could copy and paste it, but I suggest kind of knowing what's going on. Okay, so we have this app. This is the app that we had before. And they're telling us right here, since we want to keep our application relatively dry, don't repeat yourself. Okay, we're going to divide our page into layout sections. Okay, so it's going to make you create a templates directory in public and make a header.php and a footer.php. So you'll take care. Okay, so this is everything I said before. Let's go to okay, so this is the part includes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to create a simple form here that gathers the first name, last name. Okay, so this form here, so I have a create.php. So in my index.php, let's put my index as my first one. Let's put my create as my second one. In my index.php, the LIs that I created, they link to create.php and they link to read.php. So create.php is this. Okay, create.php, so initially starts as, okay, it starts from here. So you're just going to create a form and then you're going to do method post. and depending on what method you put in, it's it depends on how we get it. There's post and get. One's more secure. I'm trying to effort. I'll probably look it up. Post and get. One of them puts it in your URL, and then one of them. Let me see. I'll figure out the more secure one right now. Okay, so post is more secure. So the parameters are not saved in the browser history, but get can be bookmarked. But for now, I'm going to use post. So I have a form, method post, and then label. Okay, for first name, type, you could put different. Okay. You'll notice that for each entry, I have a label and each input has a name attribute. Whenever we create a form with HTML, we need to make sure that they're accessible for all users. We do that by creating labels and associating each one to a specific and input is associated to a label by its ID. Okay. Okay, so why do I have name equals first name as well as ID first name if only the ID is necessary to associate the input to the label? Okay. So what they're talking about here, so I have label and then I have input. So this name right here, actually I'm just going to read what it says exactly. The name attribute is how PHP identifies and utilizes the data of the input, which we'll start getting into further on in the article. Therefore, both the name and ID attributes are necessary, but for different reasons. Okay. Okay. Before I display the front end. Okay, so you have to make a CSS folder, and then you have to style it, and then you're just gonna put it here. It's basic style. There's nothing complicated. Okay. We have not specified a form action, so pressing the submit button will perform the action on the same page. Since we haven't written any PHP code to process the form yet, it won't do anything. Okay. Query user page. Finally, we're going to create Okay, so this is the overview of what we're going to do. I'm actually going to stop in a little bit. I know this video was short, but I'll start with this, and then I keep trying to do this every day. I actually have to do some regular work. Let me move me. Okay, so if you guys are interested, I should have the link to this in the description. And then tomorrow I'll probably go over it more. I've done the first part, but I'll try to do that tomorrow again, and then that's Wednesday, and then Thursday I could go over the create. Okay, that sounds good. Or maybe today. Okay, so query user page. Okay, so you guys could go over this. It's gonna make you make a okay, so this is basically the gist of this video. I'm gonna keep making videos like this. In the morning I'm gonna do more learning type of videos, and maybe in the morning I'll just do this instead of Code Academy. Actually, I'll probably do the Code Academy videos, and then eventually I'll do projects. So probably after at 4 o'clock, I'll try to do a project. I don't have a project yet. The only thing I have is maybe my own portfolio. But if you guys like these videos, let me know what let me know why you liked it. If you dislike it, let me know. If anything was bad, sound quality or video quality, also let me know. So I'll keep trying to do these videos. I hope they're helpful. They're helpful to me. They keep me motivated to learn, and we'll keep learning until we get our